everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Kidzoba Care with our health and nutrition expert Puujaa Kukreja. So today we're going to discuss about a very important thing that mothers should learn about pregnant women, about the exercise pattern, about the sleeping habit, the weight gain. I think you all want to know about it. So let's talk to Puujaa about it. Puujaa, we've spoken a lot about kids, but before actually kids arrive, there's a very important stage, and that's called pregnancy. So today I really want to know about a lot of points that I have. First and foremost, very important thing that generally ladies put on a lot of weight during pregnancy. So how they can control it and what can be a cure that they really don't feel that they're bloated.
Right.
So what you have to say about that?
All right. Weight gain during pregnancy is absolutely normal. You and me both know that, and everyone around does know that.
Exactly.
You're bound to gain weight during pregnancy, right?
True.
But what's important is that you don't use this time as a time to indulge in all your favorite foods and go berserk, because you do hear these things that you got to eat for two and things like that, and this is the time when you should, whatever you crave you have.
Exactly.
These are absolute myths. What's important is that you eat nutritionally adequate foods.
Okay.
So that means you eat foods that are freshly prepared.
Okay.
Eat home cooked foods only rather than indulging in junk.
Okay.
Because this is the stage in life for a woman when she has to make sure that she gets the most abundant supply of nutrients.
Absolutely.
Right? So it's about eating nutritionally dense food rather than just eating food to gain weight.
Correct.
Now, what happens is we're given a lot of tips by everyone around us during that time. But what you have to do is obviously go with what your body is asking for. So one thing that you need to take care of is completely keep off processed and packaged foods, because all these foods are essentially very high in sugar, preservatives and salt. Now the number one thing that sugar and preservatives do is that they drain off your nutritional stores rather than giving you any kind of nutrition.
Alright.
Also, sugar literally robs off the mother's calcium stores. Right? Now calcium is exceptionally important, not only for the mother to preserve her own bone mass, but also for the baby to develop to develop their bones to an optimal level.
Exactly.
So if you're going to indulge in foods which are high in sugar, you're definitely going to be deprived in calcium.
Okay.
So that's one thing. Another thing is that processed foods will be really high in salt.
Okay.
And that is the time when, because maximum blood flow is directed towards the growing fetus, women complain of water retention and things like that.
Correct.
So cut off excess salt completely from the diet, which means all packeted foods.
Okay.
So eat foods which are fresh as much as possible, prepared in your house, something that you have been, genetically used to eating.
Correct.
So keep that in mind.
Alright.
And also this is not a time to go by advice that anyone and everyone around you is giving, right?
Exactly.
So keep all these things in mind and make sure that you're getting the best kind of nutrition that you deserve at that kind
Because
of
we
time.
generally come across this statement where the elderly member of the family says, okay, whatever you crave for, you should eat that.
Absolutely.
So according to you, we should not generally do that. We should stick to a very healthy diet.
Firstly, cravings arise because of certain deficiencies.
Alright.
So if you as a mother are craving so many foods, certain specific foods, it means that you are deficient in some nutrients.
Alright.
So rather than indulging in those foods which give you so-called comfort,
Exactly.
you rather eat foods which are nutritionally adequate,
Yeah.
so that those cravings don't arise.
Alright.
And of course, then you need a one-on-one personalized plan to know what to eat and what not to eat, because each and everyone's requirements are different.
All right. So as you've mentioned what to eat and what not to eat, so is there any ideal thing that pregnant women should, like a schedule that she should follow, her eating pattern, her sleeping pattern, anything that is very specific that is a must for her?
Honestly, of course, she needs to figure out her own routine depending on what her lifestyle is like. And one thing they must do is not to try and lose weight at such a time. Your goal should not be to eat to lose weight, because it's only normal to gain weight during pregnancy, but to eat foods that are very rich in nutrition for your own growth as well as for the baby.
Okay.
So that is something they need to take care of. And once you are going to be healthy during your pregnancy, you're bound to have a healthy baby.
Alright.
So that should be your goal.
So anything about the sleeping habit of pregnant women?
Sleeping habit, yeah. What happens is during pregnancy, because the woman is going through a whole set of hormonal changes,
Exactly.
her body is going to be uncomfortable at a lot of times,
Correct.
during which sleeping well becomes an issue.
Okay.
But what is very important is a rested sleep for a mother, because next day she's going to
Absolutely.
be fatigued and drained out. Yeah.
True.
So what you must take care of is that you must include complex carbohydrates at dinner.
Correct.
which essentially means things like chapatis, rice, different types of bhakris that should be included in dinner, because what happens with complex carbohydrates is that they release a calming neurotransmitter called serotonin.
Okay.
So if you are calm, obviously you'll be able to sleep better.
Correct.
Next, they should certainly avoid any form of caffeine, which is tea, coffee, colas.
So they should totally avoid it.
No, this is say 5 to 6 hours before your bedtime, you avoid all of this.
All right.
And of course, during the day also don't overdose on any sort of tea or coffee.
Okay.
About 1 cup a day or max to max 2 cups a day is acceptable.
All right, not beyond that.
Not beyond that. And like I said, it should be 5 to 6 hours before bedtime, nothing closer to bedtime.
All right.
Right? Also, keep off from all sugar-rich foods about 4 hours before your bedtime.
Okay.
That's another thing that you could do, which helps to calm you down.
Okay, because yeah, sugar raises your metabolism rate and then you become very hyper.
You become you're constantly in a state of activity, so you need to
Exactly.
calm yourself down. That's another thing you could do. And for any lady who's not able to sleep well, a gentle relaxing foot massage, when she's trying to sleep, will totally calm her down.
Okay.
And what's important is that the environment in the room, the place where she's sleeping, should be very comfortable for her. So like the
Absolutely.
temperature, the lighting, things like that.
Correct.
The bed should be something that she's comfortable sleeping on.
Exactly.
So these things will help her relax and get adequate sleep that she is looking for.
I guess that's very helpful for all those pregnant ladies who are listening to this.
Thank you.
And I also, I've heard a lot that there are pregnant women who complain about a lot of back pains. So are there any kind of particular exercises that pregnant women should do, like on a regular basis or probably like once in a week? Because exercises are important.
Right.
So is there anything that specifically 1 or 2 exercises that they should maintain doing it every day?
Now, when it comes to exercise, first of all, when you're planning a baby, you've got to plan for that at least a year in advance in terms of being physically fit.
A year in advance.
Absolutely.
Okay, I think most of the people don't do that.
You ignore that,
Exactly.
and once you conceive, it's like you expect that everything should be smooth sailing for you.
Correct.
So if you've not taken care of that or planned for that in advance, you certainly can't expect to have things as smooth as they probably should be.
Correct.
So for somebody who's been exercising even before pregnancy, of course they should continue with the sort of exercise that they are doing.
Okay.
But again, consult your doctor before really getting into any sort of,
I know, they should not overstress themselves.
not overstress themselves.
Correct.
Absolutely. And the kind of exercise that you take up could be your choice, of course, but under the guidance of a trainer, an expert in the field, and with the go-ahead of your doctor.
All
So
right.
once you've got that, you can take up an exercise routine, because what exercise does is it surely strengthens your muscles.
Absolutely.
And during the labor hours, right? Of course, it helps in contractions become much easier for you if
Okay.
you've been someone who's been into
Working out,
exercise,
correct.
and been exercising. So you must carry on with an exercise routine if you're physically up to it. Physically fit is what I mean. And while exercising, what's important is that you keep your body very well hydrated.
So drink a lot of water.
Drink a lot of water if you're exercising. And at any given point, if you feel that there's any sort of dizziness, if you feel
Correct.
faint, if you
Okay.
feel fatigued, or you feel the heart rate is going up, you're out of breath, you must stop that exercise and get in touch with your doctor,
All right.
right? Because you can't over-exercise at such times. At any point, your focus of exercise should be to strengthen your back muscles
Correct.
and the abdominal muscles.
Absolutely.
Avoid activities which are, which involve excess jumping or bouncing or twisting from the waist
Correct.
and things like that.
Yeah.
So do it under the guidance of an expert.
I'm sure all these advice and tips are very, very helpful for all these pregnant ladies, and they'll definitely benefit them. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tashu, for having me here.
All the tips and advices from Puujaa has been really helpful. I'm sure people watching this video will definitely benefit from this. And of course, what pregnant women should do, should not do, their sleeping habits, eating habits, everything matters a lot, and they really affect your babies. So don't take it lightly. Please, please take everything very, very seriously. For more interesting videos, keep watching Kidzoba Care. Thank you and take care.